With the World Cup officially starting tomorrow, I thought today we'd go through my World Cup predictions. I've been so excited for the World Cup all year and I can't believe it's finally here. Yeah, it's going to be a good tournament. In today's video, I'm going to go through who I think is going to win, who I think is going to be top goal scorer, the best player of the tournament, the best young player of the tournament, the breakthrough player of the tournament, the most controversial hot take that I've got about the tournament, and also which team is going to be the tournament's dark horse, because there's a few, I think, teams that are getting slept on here. So first of all, let's start with who I think is going to win the World Cup. My heart says England, and I before said England. But since Thomas Tuchel picked that squad, I've changed my mind. I cannot confidently predict that a team with Dan Burn and Jordan Henderson in the team is going to win the World Cup. So I've actually changed and I'm going to go for Portugal. They might say, why Portugal? I mean, look at their team. Their team is absolutely insane. You got Ronaldo, you got Bruno, Vitinha, João Neves, Rafa Leão, João Felix. Just so much quality in that team. I know Portugal normally underachieve at these type of tournaments. I know they won the Euros a few years back, but in the World Cup, genuinely they underachieve. I think this might be a bit different though, because they all know now 100% this is going to be Ronaldo's last tournament. And you might get the sort of Messi effect that happened on Argentina last year, not last year, but the last tournament. Another reason I picked Portugal is because I think it's only fair that Cristiano Ronaldo wins the World Cup. For everything he's achieved in football, it's the one thing he's never achieved. I think it'd be amazing for him. And if England don't win it, which obviously that's who I want to win the tournament, I'd be very happy if Portugal did. Next up, my dark horse for the World Cup 2026 is actually Norway. I think Norway are really slept on. I think they won all their qualifying games because they were in Italy's group, I believe. They topped the group. Like I said, they won every game. Obviously, they've got Haaland, but they've got a good team as well. Like Odegaard, if Odegaard can hit form, he's obviously a good player on his day. But I think they've got a really together squad, and will play more like a team. I feel like there is nations like in these tournaments that do play more like a team rather than a load of really good individuals. And I'm talking like your Japans and your Norways and people like that who normally do pretty well. Is because they play as a team. And I think Norway are like that. I'm not saying they'll top the group because they've got a hard group. I think France is in their group. I think last World Cup I said Turkey, and Turkey are another team that are a bit like that. They could be really good, but they seem to always underachieve, Turkey. I know they've got some good players, but they do. So this time around, I'm going to go for Norway. Now for my player of the tournament, and I've gone for Harry Kane. I think if England can get playing good football and get winning games, Harry Kane's going to be England's best player. I think it's also no surprise I've picked Harry Kane as the top goal scorer in this tournament as well. He's had an insane season at Bayern Munich. I think he scored like 66 goals in 72 games. Something ridiculous. I just hope he doesn't get injured, because if he does, England are fucked. And as for my young player of the tournament, I've actually gone for Lamine Yamal. It's pretty an obvious thing. He is arguably the best player in the world at the moment. And I mean, Spain could win the World Cup, but I'm not going to go for Spain. So I feel like he'll get a bit under the radar in terms of achievements to win the player of the tournament. But he'll probably get thrown into that young player category. I mean, what a career this man is going to have. I think he's only, 19 still? Ridiculous player. For my breakthrough player of the tournament, I've actually gone for Nusa, who plays for Norway. I think a lot of people know of his name and know about him a little bit, but I think this tournament's really going to shine a light on him. He's a left winger. I think he's 21 years old, pacey, quick, quite tall as well for a winger. And I do think in the international scene he could really shine. He's done well in the Bundesliga this season as well. And like I said, I think Norway will have a good tournament, and I think he'll be a big part of that. I've actually got two controversial takes. The first one is no home nation will make it out of the group stage. That's crazy, isn't it? So firstly, you got Mexico, who, I mean, they're probably one of the better teams in their group, but I don't think Mexico are anywhere near what they used to be anyways, in terms of quality of team, so they could easily go out. Canada are just absolutely useless. I mean, they've got, Alphonso Davies. And as for America, I mean, I've seen Americans in the lead up to the World Cup saying they're going to get into the semi-finals. What are you on? They think Christian Pulisic is like the second coming of Ronaldinho, I think. No. So they could get out their group, USA. I think USA are the most likely, of course. But that is my first controversial hot take. And my second one is no AFCON team will get past the round of 16. Now this one's a bit more far-fetched. There's a lot of quality in African sides in general, and you would expect at least one of the teams to get to the round of 16, but you know, I feel like African teams, when they play European teams, it's very different. I just think if the group falls like correctly, and like, you know, some teams underachieve to what they're meant to be doing, they could easily not get to the round of 16. I'd say probably Morocco or Senegal are probably the two nations that are the most likely to do well for the African teams, I would say. To be fair to especially Morocco, I think they've got some quality players in their squad. Hey, if you're an African watching this video, I apologise. Your hot take's probably England won't get out of the group, and to be fair, it's happened before, so won't be the first time. Now I just want to talk about some of the nations in general. I think France will obviously do well. I mean, their attack is the best on paper. Their squad is so strong. They're another team that do sometimes underachieve as of recent times, but they've got a lot of quality. I think they'll probably get to at least a semi-final. Spain, obviously, Euro winners, very, very good squad, and a more experienced squad as well than 2 years ago. As for Argentina, the holders, again, well, they'll have a good chance. You know, I think the players that they won the World Cup with, players like Enzo Fernandez, they've really come on and become established players, when then they were basically just like coming through. And obviously this will be Messi's last World Cup, so I mean, he'll want to win back-to-back World Cups, and that would definitely solidify him for most people as the greatest player of all time. He's already solidified it for me. Brazil, it'll be exciting to see Neymar. I know he's not fit, I think, for the first game they've got, but no, that will be exciting to see Neymar play another World Cup, and again, probably his last. Belgium are a team I'm not sure are going to do very well. They've got a lot of familiar players, but I feel like they're all very old now, like Thomas Meunier, Axel Witsel, Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, Vanaken, or whatever his name is. Like, these players, they were old before, so they're old now, so I'm not sure about that. And you never know, some of the lower ranked teams like an Uzbekistan or a Curacao, these teams can always cause upsets in these tournaments because they're always up for it, because they're up for the giant beatings. They've never been on a stage like this before, so you know, that's why the World Cup is so great. It's so unpredictable. I will be making a lot of World Cup content in the next month or so, so just stay tuned for that. It's going to be very World Cup heavy on this channel, and let me know in the comments who you think is going to win the World Cup. If you don't say England, I'm deleting the comment. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Take care and peace.